point out a couple questions that are on that. One really important question is ask them about their philosophy around one-on-one meetings. If you believe you are a family that needs those, you want someone who does them. If you're a family who's able to sit together and have conflict and conversations, I would say you're not a family who needs them. So ask them about that. One trick question. Why do I want to call it a trick question? I guess it is. I guess it's a trick question. I feel a little embarrassed that it's on my list, but it is. So here we go. What is the craziest family business experience you've ever had? The reason I think that's a really good question to ask an advisor is if they say, oh my gosh, let me tell you, and then they tell you the name of the family business and all of that family business is dirt, you probably don't want to work with them. Because now you aren't going to want to tell them your dirt, and you probably don't want them to tell it to anybody else. So I guess it is a trick question, but I think that's helpful to find out. If they say, wow, I've seen a lot of things, and here's how I've helped them, that's a person who can keep your privacy and who you can be safe with. Finding out their experience working with family businesses, of course, is key. I don't think being someone's practice run is a good idea when there's so much at stake in your family business, even if you're really good at sitting around a table and having those conversations. Asking them how they think about and use the 3-circle model in their work, I think is a really good idea. If they don't know what that is, that's okay. But when you draw it for them, if they can't say to you, oh, we always separate these 3 circles. We always have different conversations around this, or we're really careful to make sure that when family issues show up in the room, when we're talking about ownership, that we keep it separate. If they can't do that, that's going to be hard for you because they're not going to be helping you separate your circles. And what I mean by separating your circles is this. For example, one thing, ideally your business circle has a different priority than your family circle and a totally different priority than your ownership circle. I think the healthiest priority in the business is to run a profitable, well-run business. That's a healthy business. In the family circle, a healthy priority is harmony, loving each other, enjoying your time together. And when you try to put harmony on top of the business circle, things get cuckoo bananas. You refuse to fire family members. You refuse to give feedback to family members. You guarantee them jobs no matter what they do. And it actually hurts the harmony of your family. But if you have an advisor who's not separating those 2 concepts out, they're going to keep allowing you to be goofy about the decisions you make. So just one example. I think the owner's circle should have its own different priority, different than the family, different than the business.